Of Fox Sports.
We are Blackmore. We are KINSLER.
Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Detroit is presented by
Bell Tire.
It is another spectacular day for baseball here in the Motor City. Game 3 in this series featuring the Tampa Bay Rays and your Detroit Tigers. And today we come to you from the outfield balcony in right field. And, well, we expect to have an outstanding time here among the fans today. Mario and Pepper, Rod Allen, glad you are with us here for Game 3 in this series. Rod, what more can we say? I mean, we can feel the vibe of all the people here today. It's going to be fun.
Oh, no doubt about that. We've been looking forward to getting out here ever since they told us we were going to get a chance to broadcast a game out here. Different vantage point. It should be a blast.
All right, Anibal Sanchez will take them out for the Tigers today. In his last 9 starts or so since coming off the disabled list, he has been awfully good.
No doubt about that. He's been legit one of the best right-handed pitchers in the game for me. He commands 4 pitches. That would be the fastball, the curveball, the slider, and the changeup. He'll need to be very good today, even though going up against the Tampa Bay Rays. His counterpart, Chris Archer, the starting pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays, he's real good. He's not going to give up a lot, but you love the skill set of Anibal Sanchez. He should go out and have an outstanding day. 5-0 in his last 9 with a 2.44 ERA. Awfully fun to watch, especially when he gets on those rolls out there. He can simply dominate you.
All right, after the short break, we'll send you back to the Call Sam Studios. Check in with Matt Shepard. But coming up today, we are in a different spot. We are partying with the folks out here in right field on the balcony. Stay with us. Tigers Rays. Game 3 next. We're in the right field balcony. We are glad to have you with us. A little bit of a different look in this ball game tonight, but Tigers baseball coming away from this spot right here. So we're happy to bring you something a little bit different tonight. Tigers starting pitcher is Anibal Sanchez, presented by Family Heating, Cooling, and Electrical.
He's made 14 starts this year. He checks in with a 5-2 record. The earned run average is outstanding. It's a sub-3. The opponents are hitting less than 200 against Anibal Sanchez.
And so we're ready for baseball here this afternoon as Desmond Jennings leads it off. It'll be Jennings, then ZOBRIST, and Joyce, the top three in the lineup for the Rays.
That is something the Rays have done in the first couple of games of the series. They have swung at the first pitch quite often.
Jennings has had a big series, 4 for 9. He's been on base a ton, 3 doubles in this series. They've been able to bring him around as well. 4 runs scored. The 0-1 pitch, a check swing up with the right hand goes Mark Carlson, and the count is 0-2.
Here's where they'd like to see Sanchez start to put some hitters away once he gets ahead of them. No balls, 2 strikes. He has a tendency in the past, once he does get ahead, to nibble just a little bit to work the count back to 2-2, and that's why his pitch count gets up to about 100 about the 5th or 6th inning.
1 ball and 2 strikes on Jennings. Sanchez, his 15th start, has been marvelous since coming off the disabled list with that blister. One of the more consistent Tigers pitchers. Here's the 1-2 offering. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Desmond Jennings.
Talking to Jeff Jones before the game, he said that Sanchez has the kind of stuff. He could put anybody away. He's got 4 above average pitches. At any time, they could be swing and miss pitches. But as I said, after getting ahead 0-2, now it's 2-2 on Jennings.
And Jennings takes low, and now the count has filled up at 3-2. With Ben ZOBRIST waiting on deck. Rays won game 2 in the series 6-3 last night. The Tigers took the opener, jumping all over Eric Bedard early in that game. That's lifted in the air. Center field for Jackson. And 1 gone. Here's the rest of the lineup for the Rays, presented by the Metro Detroit Chevy dealers. Jennings, ZOBRIST, Joyce, your top 3. Evan Longoria had a big night last night, on base every single at bat. He's followed by Loney and QUYER in a bottom 3 of Forsythe, Hannigan, and Kevin KIERMAIER rounding it out for Joe Maddon's Tampa Bay Rays. Here is Ben ZOBRIST. .253 batting average for ZOBRIST. A couple of doubles in last night's game. And he looks at a strike right at the knees.
How cool is this vantage point up here?
This is different. It's something we don't get a chance to sample very often, but another full crowd here tonight, and this is different, man. But it's really cool. That'll be fouled back out of play.
I didn't bring my glove, though. I didn't think that any of the left-handers in the contest today would be able to reach us up here, so I didn't bring my glove.
Well, this is how far they would have to hit it. That is our view down the right field line.
Now, if Miggy was batting left-handed, I would have brought my glove here today.
Here's the 0-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Ben ZOBRIST. ZOBRIST 6 home runs this year. And he's knocked in 20 on the season. He drives this one toward left center field, but Rajay Davis is there to make the catch. 2 gone.
Let's take a look at the starting defensive alignment for the Detroit Tigers this afternoon. Davis in left, Jackson in center, J.D. Martinez, he's in right today. Romine getting a start. Suarez getting the start of this one off. Kinsler up the middle with him. Castellanos and Miggy in the infield as well, with Alex Avila getting the catching assignment today.
Nick Castellanos navigating his way through his rookie season, doing a terrific job offensively and with the glove as well. 2 up, 2 down here for Matt Joyce. He did not play in last night's ball game with the left-hander on the mound. Joyce, the DH in this contest here today. Lights are on, some cloud cover around the ballpark. And Joyce back up the middle. That'll be a routine play there for Romine, who throws him out. Sanchez, an easy 1-2-3 first. Get together here in the third game of the series. The Tigers starting lineup presented by the Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. And it looks like this. It'll be Austin Jackson, Ian Kinsler, and Miguel Cabrera in the top three spots. J.D. Martinez batting cleanup. Victor is out of the lineup today. Torrey will DH. Castellanos at third. You've got Avila, Romine, and Rajay Davis rounding it out for Detroit. And they are facing 25-year-old Chris Archer.
Archer, one of the best young pitchers in the game of baseball, checks in with a 4-5 record, but he's got a fastball that will go from 90 to 98 miles an hour. He's got a legitimate swing and miss slider. He does throw the changeup, but he does not throw the changeup to the right-handers very often. He uses that pitch for the lefties.
Austin Jackson will start things off. AJ 2 out of 9 in the series. He's had 5 hits on this homestand. Jackson hits the first pitch into left field, base hit. So after a really rough night last night, Jackson gets it going early here today.
The Tigers are a much better team when Jackson's getting on base. Good to see him back in the leadoff spot, even though he did have a rough day yesterday. Brad Ausmus has a tremendous amount of confidence in Austin.
We'll bring up Ian Kinsler now. Tigers have the leadoff man on. Kinsler has hit safely in his last 5. And over his last 14, even better, 404 in that stretch with 13 RBIs.
Mostly hard stuff thrown from Archer to right-handed batters. Fastball anywhere from 92 to 98. He also has that real good slider.
Kinsler showing bunt, looks at a strike right at the knees, 0-1. Our vantage point tonight. It's an interesting one from the balcony here in right field, and really one of the maybe underappreciated parts of this ballpark. Really cool area up here. Archer will throw back to first base. Jackson is a threat to run. He has 8 steals this year. He's been caught a total of 3 times. Archer hails from Clayton, North Carolina, goes 6'3", 190, 25 years of age. Came in with a fine ERA despite his sub-500 record. He has a 3.24 earned run average. And a ball low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike.
This might be a combination that the Tigers could steal a few bags on. When Archer has been on the mound this year, the opponents are 9 of 12 in stolen bases. Hannigan does have a pretty good arm behind the dish. He's caught 24%. But if Archer's not giving him time to throw to guys like Jackson, Hunter, Davis, they could steal some bags here today.
Archer's 1-1. He's hit back up the middle to the shortstop. There's a 6-4-3 double play. And a twin killing quickly erases Jackson. 2 out, nobody on.
About as tailor-made as they get. Nice Sunday hop for ZOBRIST. Nice feed to Forsythe, the second baseman. And Jackson couldn't get close to him.
We'll bring up Miguel Cabrera with the bases empty. 3 for 7 in the series for Miggy. Couple of doubles, and he has scored 5 times. That's in there for a strike. 0-1. 32 doubles for Cabrera this year. That leads the American League. He's been among the best hitters in terms of average most of the year. He's at 313 right now. A little bit low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Archer not real big in stature, but he's got a big arm. 6'3", 185, 25 years old, from North Carolina. If they do trade David Price this season, next season, Archer could be at #1 for the Tampa Bay Rays. He's got that kind of stuff. He also has that kind of intestinal fortitude.
If they trade David Price this year, they are going to get a whole lot in return based on the Samardzija deal last night, because Price now remains the prized piece, pitching wise at least.
How about Billy Beane? When they were here just a few days ago, you and I were having a conversation about what Bob Melvin, the manager for the A's, would need. And we targeted some of the starting pitching that was out there. And leave it to Billy Beane to go out there and strike first in baseball.
Yeah, plenty of time before the deadline. Here's the 2-1 pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike now on Miguel Cabrera. 2 out, nobody on. Tigers bat here in the first inning against Chris Archer. And the 3-1 will be a walk, ball 4.
Let's take a look at the Tampa Bay Rays starting defensive alignment. Is brought to you by Tim Hortons ZOBRIST. Their shortstop, he has started at 4 different positions already this season. 14th start at the shortstop position.
He's going to bring up J.D. Martinez batting in the 4 slot today in place of Victor Martinez, who aggravated his back last night.
Yeah, no Victor today. Miguel Cabrera might just walk 4 times, especially with Miggy's career numbers against Tampa Bay Rays pitching.
Fouled off at home plate. That ball rolled all the way out to third base. 0-1 the count on J.D. There is some thought that maybe Martinez will not play tomorrow, hopeful of being back in the Los Angeles Dodgers series, which begins on Tuesday night. That'll be a 2-game set against the Dodgers, but Brad Ausmus certainly wants to be careful with Victor Martinez. J.D. trying to shake that last one off. He has been hot. He's hit safely in his last 5. And the month of July has really been an offshoot of the month of June. He continues to swing the hot bat.
One of the things that you want to do as a major league player when you're going through stretches like JD has been in, you just want to enjoy the moment. Sometimes you don't enjoy this moment while you're in it. Then all of a sudden you start to struggle again, and you really didn't appreciate this really good stretch that you have been in for the last 5 months.
Well, it looks like he's been able to do that, because in the month of July now, he's 7 for 15 this month already.
I was around the cage today, and Miggy was telling JD just that. Enjoy the moment. Of course, Miguel's had a lot of moments like JD Martinez's experience in the last month.
Here's the 2-1. Ball is hammered straight at the center fielder Jennings on a line for the final out. No runs, hit a walk, 1 man left. On Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Comerica Bank, a part of Detroit and the community since 1849. By Dodge, hurry in and get a great deal during the Dodge Summer Clearance Event. And by Dean's Country Fresh Premium Ice Cream and Novelties, share a pure moment. That is precisely our view that you had a chance to look at there. We are in the right field balcony here tonight, broadcasting Tigers baseball. It's a unique view, but it's a great area of this ballpark that maybe just maybe you don't know about and you should check out. First pitch is driven in the air to center field right at Austin Jackson, and Longoria is out.
Yeah, that's something they were not able to do yesterday, get Evan Longoria out. He had a big day, doubled, homered, walked. He was hit by a pitch. He was on base all night long.
The old one pitch, one out. That'll bring up James Loney. Loney batting .277. He's knocked in 43. That is a team high for the Rays. Sanchez got him 1-2-3 in the first. And Loney looks at a strike. 5 home runs this year. There's a wave and a miss. 0-2 on James Loney.
Real nice breaking ball thrown there by Anibal Sanchez. He's got 4 different pitches he can get you out with, and he'll throw all of them to the left-handers and the right-handers. It's a little breaking ball that dips right underneath the bat of James Loney. Loney, good line drive hitter, not a lot of power.
That'll bounce in.
Nor does he try to hit for a lot of power. He's at his best and when he's going foul line to foul line.
Loney 13 home runs last year. He knocked in a total of 75.
Where was that?
I don't know, but it just missed.
I know we're way up here, but a strike's a strike, right?
You could almost see it from here that it was a strike. But apparently it wasn't. Here's a soft roller towards second, right at Kinsler. And Loney is out of there. 2 gone. Right now we check in with Lindsay Hayes.
Hi guys, I too am up here relaxing on the Pepsi porch in these comfy couches. And I'm joined by Emma and Scott right now. Now the Tiger Wives are having a fundraiser tonight. It's a mystery fundraiser. You're either going to get a signed autograph picture or a baseball if you make a donation. So I'm going to have Sam open this up and see who we got, Sam. Drum roll. Now all of the money is going to be going to other kids playing youth baseball just like Sam. And Sam, who did we get?
Can't see.
Brian Holiday autograph picture. And what's it like to be at the game and get that, Sam?
Exciting.
Well, we're having a good time up here on the Pepsi porch as well, guys. For now, back to you.
All right, thanks, Liz. You know, next time, Rod, we do one of these, we got to check out the couch, man. That looks pretty comfortable.
No doubt about that. They got TVs back there. You can watch the game. You can do it all up here. They got something for everybody.
Brandon Guyer, the batter. And there they are, just kind of hanging out, having fun. Game in the background. Brian Holiday autograph for that young man. Woohoo!
They got some real cool spots in this ballpark, but I'm not so sure I've visited at one that's as cool as this right field balcony.
It's real fresh. It's real relaxed up here.
Outdoor, nice, fresh air today. Little cloud coverage. Didn't need my sunscreen.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Brandon Guyer. That'll get back out of play.
You put your sunscreen on?
I did.
Did you really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I burn when I turn the light on in my bedroom. I get burned.
Am I getting some sun here today, even though it's a little cloud cover?
Oh, yeah. It goes through the clouds. That's one of the fallacies of inaccuracies of sunburn.
So I need some sunscreen.
Yeah, even in cloud cover, buddy. I brought some if you want it. SPF 30. That's into left field right in front of us. J.D. Martinez coming in. I got it, J.D. No, he's going to make the catch. It's going to be a 1-2-3 inning. Second here at the ballpark. Our view from the right field balcony area. Our predictions for today's Fox Sports Detroit Tigers player of the game. Presented by McDonald's new triple cheeseburger for just $2 are. What do you got, Rod?
I got Anibal Sanchez today.
Good selection. Shannon's going with Miggy this afternoon. I'm going to take J.D. Martinez.
Good pick. All good picks, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, somebody's going to have to win out of that trio. Well, here we are. We're kind of chilling. Got the sunglasses on today. Normally they don't let us wear these shirts and just kind of hang out with sunglasses.
They don't let us wear sunglasses either, but today they cannot do nothing.
Here come the Tigers now as we go to the bottom of the second. It'll be Torrey Hunter to start things off. Archer back to work and he throws a strike to Torrey. Tigers had a couple of base runners in the first, but Archer got a double play ball and then later stranded a walk. Hunter, Castellanos, and Avila. The left side of the infield for Zobrist, who double pumps and still throws him out. One up, one away. That'll bring up Nick Castellanos. Archer was 1-3 in the month of June, but his ERA was 1.95, which indicates one thing. Not a whole lot of runs.
No run support.
And maybe some poor defense behind him.
Alex Cobb, the starter of the Tampa Bay Rays last night, although he has gotten some run support in his last 3 starts, his overall body of work this year indicates he has not gotten much run support.
Castellanos takes a strike, 0-1. Alex Avila will be next. How about the splits on Archer? Last 9 games, the ERA at 1.65.
Yeah, he got off to a rocky start this year, as did a lot of their starting pitchers, and not named David Price.
1-1 is in there for a strike.
Nice breaking ball right there, thrown at 86 miles an hour. He does throw a slider quite hard. It will get all the way up to 89 miles an hour, but his fastball, and it tops out at 98.
One and two the count on Castellanos. 1 out. We're in the second in a scoreless game. Castellanos puts it in play to the shortstop. Tough play. Zobrist. Nice stretch. Got him at first base. 2 gone. Zobrist making a couple of plays here in the second. He's going to bring up Alex Avila. Zobrist, a very versatile performer. They've got him at shortstop and have had him there the last couple of nights.
And nice backhanded play here by Zobrist, throwing off the right foot and throwing accurately back across the dime into James Loney. Nice stretch by James.
Alex Avila will step in. One for 8 in the series. 5 home runs this year for Alex Avila. It's ball 1 to Alex. Archer has made 1 start against the Tigers in his career. That was in June last season. Battled Justin Verlander and got a no decision in a Rays 4-3 win. Bouncing ball to the right side of the infield, gobbled up there by Forsythe. And Archer has himself a 1-2-3 ground ball inning. Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. third, still scoreless, coming to you today from the right field balcony, and we're pleased to be joined by Dwayne McClain, the Executive Vice President, Baseball Operations for the Detroit Tigers, who's out of the office now and enjoying this great spot here at the ballpark with us. We appreciate it. Dwayne, thanks for coming out.
Great to be out here with you guys.
It is, man. We've got some great weather today, and you know, we want to kind of showcase this right field area here, this balcony, because I think it's really underutilized for fans. Talk about how this concept came about.
Sure. We have a ballpark enhancement group that gets together and meets. It's myself, Steve Quinn, our CFO, who was instrumental in this project, and Mike Healy, our Vice President of Park Operations. We get together, we discuss different enhancements, different ideas. Mr. Ilitch also has some ideas. We put those ideas together, circle back with Mr. Ilitch, and see if there's something that makes sense.
This seems to be the place to be, though. I mean, how did you come up with this concept in this particular ballpark?
What we're trying to do is look for things that we can offer that appeal to a wide variety of people. And from the things we do with kids and things we do with business people and the things that we do with our season ticket holders, we felt there was an opportunity for a social space where people could interact casually with their friends and their relatives and their neighbors. And as you can see back here, it's wildly popular. Most of the folks aren't paying attention to every single pitch. They love being here. They love being part of the atmosphere. So it's a different experience, a different enhancement that gives us a wider variety of appeal to our fan base.
Here's the thing, Dwayne, that I think is very important for people to understand is that you don't need a special ticket to come up here. If you have a ticket to get into the ballpark, even a standing room only ticket, you can enjoy this area, correct?
That's correct. The seats that you're sitting in now, we created this balcony. We cantilevered the steel off of the front of what used to be the old Pepsi porch. And there's about 180 seats here, mostly sold on season tickets, but we did hold some back for the individual ticket buyer. But to your point, any fan can come up here and enjoy the 416 bar area, the outdoor leisure furniture we have back there, the fire feature, the big screen TVs, and also we put 320 bleacher seats on top of the jungle.
Nice.
To offer a different experience there as well. If you go up there, it offers a very unique view.
Yeah.
Dwayne, it's hard to believe that 15 years this park opened up ago, and there's been a lot of different changes to Comerica Park. Talk about some of the cosmetic changes that have been made here.
Yeah, again, our Stadium Improvements Committee, along with Mr. Ilitch, looks at these various things. And it started with the bullpen relocation project, and we've done so many since then. The suite renovation, remodeling and recreating the retail store, the D shop, also the scoreboard and video board, which is a huge project and has been wildly successful. Also the Champions Club out in right field. So there's been a variety of projects that we've done over the years. We try to keep refreshing the park and offering new and unique experiences for our fans.
What has the feedback been like? I would imagine, you know, even early on in April when the weather is chilly, there's still something here because there's that nice fire brewing back there. So what has the feedback been like?
Feedback's been tremendous, absolutely tremendous. The fans wrote us, called us, told us how much they appreciate the enhancement. Again, what we noticed was in 2006, it was packed out here.
Right.
And so the idea came to us that there was a certain demographic of folks out here that were looking for this type of experience. And so we just had to get it right. And it appears, based on their feedback, that we did. So the feedback so far has been wildly successful.
Dwayne, overall, you've done just a marvelous job here. You know, president on the business side of this organization, over 3 million fans again last year. I mean, how do you get so many people into this ballpark year after year after year?
Yeah, well, the fan support has been absolutely tremendous. And we have a good ball club. And we have some star players. And this is
that helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sure does. And this is a great sports town. And you know that, Rod. It's a tremendous sports town. So all the credit goes to our front office, all the credit goes to our owner, and all of our credit goes to the fans.
Hey, Dwayne, we hate to make you go back to the office because I know you could hang out here all day long with us, but we appreciate the visit. Thanks for sharing some thoughts on this great area of the ballpark.
Well, great to be out here, and thank you for being out here today.
All right, Dwayne, take care. Thank you very much.
Next time, don't bring your jacket.
All right, fair enough.
The Executive Vice President, Business Operations for the Detroit Tigers, as we play here in a scoreless ball game. We're in the third. 3 balls, 2 strikes to count, and Ryan Hannigan. And that is bounced foul. Well, you got the lowdown on how this area came to be here at the ballpark. It is certainly an area that you need to check out. And again, the main point I guess I wanted to make, Rod, is anybody can come up here. It doesn't matter what kind of ticket you have. And just stand around and enjoy a beverage. You can get some food and you can hang out with the peeps. You can stretch your legs. This is quite the place to be. They've got a fire pit back there too, and it came in handy back in April and May. Boy, did it. Could have used that in the booth. That's right. That'll get foul. Hannigan hanging tough now. Fourth side flying out for the first out of the inning. Hannigan at 223. Sanchez, meanwhile, has retired the first 7 straight in this ball game.
Nothing new for Anibal Sanchez to go on those types of runs where he can retire 7 in a row, 10 in a row, 15 in a row. He's got that kind of skill set.
And again, the 3-2. Another foul. This one down back behind home plate and into the seats as Avila gave the look.
There's not a whole lot to fix with Anibal Sanchez. The only thing that they would like to see him do is get deeper into games, because he has the kind of stuff which should allow him to do that, not to pick so much once he's gotten ahead. But something else Avila told me before the game. He said Sanchez's stuff is so good that he gets so many swings and misses, therefore he strikes out a lot of hitters. So therefore it's inevitable that his pitch count's going to be high every single game.
And evident here, having a little bit of trouble putting away Hannigan. The 11th pitch in the at bat ends up in ball 4. How about that? Well, you talk about battling. 1 on, 1 out. Time for a game break. We go back to the studio. Here's Trevor Thompson. All right, Trev, thanks. Well, here is Kevin Kiermaier now, the number 9 hitter.
And Kiermaier very aggressive on first pitch fastballs. 7 home runs, 13 runs driven in for the rookie outfielder.
Oh, 1 the count on Kiermaier, who is 0 for 7 in the series. And in a bit of a skid right now, 0 for his last 15 as well. Rays have their first base runner of the game, a 1-out walk to Hannigan. One ball, 1 strike. Kiermaier coming off a really good month of June, but that is not transferred into the month of July. He hit .316 last month.
He's always been known more for his glove and his aggressiveness than his bat. 7 homers this year, only 12 career home runs in the minor leagues before coming up just for 1 game last year, but playing quite a bit this season in the big leagues.
That is lifted in the air to center field. Jackson is there. And the runner will retreat. Hannigan goes back, and there are 2 gone now. Meanwhile, for Sanchez, 40 pitches in this game, 27 of which have been strikes so far. He'll bring up Desmond Jennings. Fly ball center field back in the first for Jennings. In there for a strike, 0-1. 3 2-baggers in this series for Jennings. Tigers have had trouble keeping him off the bases. He came in red hot in the month of July after a slow month of June.
And Jennings was given the center field job a couple of years ago when B.J. Upton departed as a free agent to go to Atlanta. But he really hasn't performed up to the level that they thought he would perform at.
Barehanded by Sanchez, who throws to first for the out. Jennings tried to bunt his way on. Sanchez able to make the play. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Fox Sports Detroit is brought to you by Arby's. Try Arby's new King's Hawaiian Roast Beef BLT today. And by Bell Tire. Get the lowest tire price, period. Bell Tire. Hey, tonight Rod and I are calling the game from the new right field balcony in front of the New Amsterdam Bar and the Pepsi porch. As we go to the bottom of the third, it's kind of cushy up here.
It's real nice up here, as a matter of fact.
There's a nice little breeze. We've got a perfect view of the scoreboard, of home plate. I mean, what more could you want up here?
No one's brought us any snacks yet.
Ah, you found something that we could want. That's
no
true.
Beverages, no snacks yet.
Well, we're working on that. We'll get there. We'll get there. There's still plenty of game to be played. This is our view here tonight. As the Tigers take on the Rays in Game 3 in this series, each team with a win so far. Andrew Romine will start things off. It'll be Romine, Davis, and then Austin Jackson. First pitch darts low, 1 ball, no strikes on Romine. Andrew getting the start at short in place of Suarez today. He's hit safely in his last 6. And is pulled back up the middle and fielded there by ZOBRIST, who's been busy in this game, and that is out number 1. Another ground ball out. Hey, tomorrow the Tigers face the Tampa Bay Rays at 8:07. It's Sunday Kids Day. All kids 14 and under receive a Victor Martinez poster. And they also enjoy free rides on the carousel and Ferris wheel. Call 866-66-TIGER or visit tigers.com. Guess who's pitching tomorrow, Ron?
Ricky P.
Rick Porcello. There he is.
That's going to be a good one tomorrow night. David Price, one of the best left-handers in the game of baseball, probably second to Clayton Kershaw, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and Ricky Porcello. Already 11 wins this year, headed to his first All-Star game, in my opinion.
Here's Rajay Davis with 1 out.
And if he doesn't make it, they ought to do an investigation.
Here's the 1-0 pitch. Here's a strike call.
Rajay Davis, despite driving in 6 runs in the Oakland Athletics series and playing in his first action in this series, Game 3 against Tampa.
Davis skies this one in the air. Center field, Desmond Jennings is under it. 2 up, 2 down here in the third. So Archer hooked up with Sanchez, and both have been very good so far. Jackson had a single back in the first inning, but he was later erased on a double play ball.
Tigers will see some really good pitching the next 4 days. And next 2 days here with Archer and Price. Then the Dodgers come to town. They've got an outstanding pitching staff led by Clayton Kershaw, Zach Greinke.
Miguel Cabrera.
He can hit all those guys.
Looking forward to that series. Low and away.
Good fastball count here for Austin. Archer not afraid to throw his fastball. It'll be about 95 miles an hour.
Last night Jackson fanned 4 times, singled in his first at bat here today. And Longoria makes this play, and Archer has another 1, 2, 3 in. 3 in the books, hanging out with the fans today in the right field balcony at Comerica Park. Time now for the Bernstein advantage since the start of the 2013 season. Anibal Sanchez said the Bernstein advantage. Look at these ERAs and look at the folks on this list.
Hernandez, Darvish, Sale, and also Iwakuma. I say this quite often. For me, Sanchez really takes no backseat to most right-handers in the game of baseball.
Here's Ben Zobrist to start it off, and he looks at a strike, 0-1.
And that list right there kind of proves that.
Well, 8 of his 14 starts this year have been quality starts. And really, it's been on a roll since returning from the disabled list. There's a half-hearted swing by Zobrist.
86-mile-per-hour changeup thrown by Sanchez. He throws his changeup hard. There are times where the changeup will get all the way up to 89 miles an hour, but he's got outstanding arm action with that change piece. Looks like a fastball coming out of his hand.
One and two. Zobrist flied out his first time up. He'll be followed by Matt Joyce and then Evan Longoria. These are the 2 and 3 and 4 hitters for Joe Maddon. No runs, 1 hit Detroit. No runs, no hits for the Rays. In fact, their only base runner so far has been a walk. That was back in the 3rd to Ryan Hannigan on an 11-pitch at bat.
You can get Zobrist to chase with 2 strikes if you climb the ladder with about a mid-90s fastball. He will swing at that pitch whether he's batting right-handed or left-handed.
And the 1-2. 2 and 2 on the versatile Ben Zobrist. He's played some second, some short. Also played a couple of outfield positions, left and right. 2-time All-Star for the Rays. Puts that one on the ground to second. Right there is Kinsler. Sanchez gets another ground ball out. 1 away here in the 4th. We'll bring up Matt Joyce. For 1 with a ground ball for Joyce. Former Tiger spent just a little bit of time in the big leagues with Detroit. Part of the 2008 season when he came up, he showed some power. 12 home runs. Swings and misses. And then he was dealt away for Edwin Jackson and has been a fixture in right field as Castellanos now moves over to short right defensively. The shift is on. The 1-1 showing bunt. He's going to lay it down anyway, but this time it goes foul.
When Joyce was here playing for the Tigers, I did not think he'd struggle against left-handed pitching the way that he has struggled against left-handed pitching since putting that Tampa Bay uniform on. When lefties pitch against them, he simply sits on the bench, and his skill set is much better than that. But lefties have been troublesome for Matt Joyce. Yeah, there's proof of that.
Two and 2 on Joyce. Sanchez 1, 2, 3 innings in the first and the second. Here's the 2-2. Fouled off. Same 2 teams tomorrow to wrap up the series. Off day on Monday, and then the Dodgers come a-calling. Old foul again. Evan Longoria lurking on deck for the Rays. They have struggled to get anything going offensively in this game. And Joyce yanks that one foul back toward the seats. Joyce has started more games in right field than any other player in Rays history. Although he's DHing in this one. Played in left field in game 1. Got him. Strike 3. Choice caught looking. 2 up, 2 down. Sanchez with his first strikeout of the ball game.
That's what Sanchez could do anytime that he wants to. He could spot that real good two-seam fastball on the inner third of the plate to the left-handers and also the right-handed batters to get them to look at it after throwing so many off-speed pitches.
Sanchez has had as many as 9 strikeouts in a game, only 2 in his last start, and that was his first here today.
Anibal had a start this year where he didn't have a strikeout, didn't he?
There's a ball low. That would have been 3 starts ago against KC.
Yeah.
And he only walked 1 in that game.
Which is amazing with the kind of stuff that he has.
Longoria batting with 2 outs. He flied to center field his first time. Homer to the ball game last night, was on base 5 times. And the numbers show that when the Rays win, Longoria usually has a pretty good game. He hits well over 300 in their wins. Now it's 3 balls, no strikes.
For whatever reason, though, he has not really been all that good away from Tropicana Field in St. Petersburg. And batting average not nearly as good on the road as it has been in Florida.
He's taking 3-0. It's ball 4. Second walk of the game allowed by Sanchez. This one with 2 outs. And now Anibal will face the first baseman James Loney. Not before a quick visit out to the mound. Here's what we have by inning for Sanchez.
Sanchez doesn't get many 7-8 pitch inning. Doesn't throw many 7-pitch innings. They're usually right around 12, 13, 14, 15.
Now Loney, who bounced out his only time. Oh, 1 on James Loney. Came up in the Los Angeles Dodgers organization. Spent parts of 7 years there with the Dodgers over in the National League and has settled in nicely now with Tampa. And they signed him to a new 3-year deal before this season started. Loney said, you know what, I'm comfortable here. I'll make this my home the next 3 years. Here's the 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Longoria had some nice things to say about Loney, saying that, you know, he's kind of a calming influence defensively at first base. You know, you can make a mistake and he'll pick you up down there at first, and those guys are invaluable.
Yeah, that was a scouting report on him when he was with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Didn't hit for much power. Good line drive hitter, a guy that could win a Gold Glove.
And sliced back out of play. Here are the career numbers on Loney. Longoria went on to say that he's played with some pretty good first baseman, Carlos Pena, of course, but in terms of the overall package, Loney a much more consistent hitter and certainly consistent defensively. One and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. There's Brandon Guyer waiting in the on-deck circle. Here's the 2-2. Runner goes. And the ball is dropped at home plate by Avila. No throw and a steal for Longoria.
And Longoria does not run all that often, but Anibal Sanchez basically had forgotten about him. He got a huge jump. Even if Avila does catch this ball cleanly, he would have had a difficult time of throwing out Longoria.
So for Longoria, his 4th steal of the year. He's in scoring position now. This is a scoreless game in the 4th. Loney sends a ground ball to the right side. Cabrera has it. Shovel toss for the out. So no damage done. The walk, the steal, and a runner left.
Parco, Mario, and Rod, we are down in section 104, which is right below you, and I want to introduce you to the Boone family of 19. They're decked out in their bright orange and bright pink Detroit shirts, and first of all, how special is it to enjoy the game out here?
Well, we now live in Maine. We used to live in Michigan. I grew up here, huge Tiger fan. Haven't been home in 3 years. Family said, when you come home, let's go to a Tiger game. They got a shirt so we could all match and be together, and it's absolutely fantastic to be here and support our beloved Tigers.
And we have a birthday in the crowd as well. Happy birthday to Brian. This rowdy section is now going to try to get the wave started, you guys, all right? So here we go. Let's see if they can do it, okay? 1, 2, 3.
Did they get it going?
Did they get it going? Oh, it's gaining, guys. Oh, we better try. It was a ripple.
Well, nice try anyway. Thanks, Lizzie. And thanks to the Boone family who are out in full force.
19 of them.
Here. 19 of them. One gone, and here is Miguel Cabrera as Kinsler flies to left. Miggy in his first at bat, a base on balls. That was after Kinsler bounced in a double play. The Tigers got a base hit on the first, and that remains the only hit of this game. Cabrera looks at a strike. For Miguel, 6 hits on the homestand. Here is Archer's 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Miguel.
Already 100 hits this season for Miguel Cabrera, on pace for 200 hits once again. Already 32 doubles, just 26 doubles last year for the reigning MVP.
Shattered bat. It'll roll to second base. Forsythe has it there, and there are 2 gone. Boy, Archer's doing a job today as well. We've been concentrating on Sanchez, but Archer's been dealing.
Well, we talked about him at the top of the show, and he's legit. Fastball 92 to 98. He has a really good slider. He's got a changeup that he will use to the left-handers, but not the right-handers. And once he starts to use his changeup against right-handers like Sanchez does, like Scherzer does, like Alex Cobb, who started for them, did last night, he is going to be in the Cy Young conversation at some point in time. He's got that kind of stuff.
J.D. Martinez stands in. J.D. fly to center his first time up.
But he needs to start throwing his changeup to righties. Right-handers hitting nearly 300 this year against Archer.
Well, we do know this. The Rays identified him as someone they want to keep in the rotation for a long time. Signed a 6-year deal plus a couple of option seasons. Of the 8 years, 6 are guaranteed for Archer, and he signed that deal on April the 2nd.
That's after just 1 year in the big leagues, not even a full season.
There's David Price right now, who is the talk of the trade rumor mill. Right now, the key prize still out there, if indeed he will be dealt by the Rays. There's a high, towering fly ball. This one is hit pretty well, but it looks like Jennings will get under it. 1, 2, 3 inning for Archer. On our way to the 5th. Sports Detroit is brought to you by the Sam Bernstein Law Firm, the official legal services sponsor of Fox Sports Detroit, and by the new Chevy Silverado light duty and heavy duty lineup. Well, it's been a tremendously pitched ball game between both sides here as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Only 1 hit between the two clubs, and here is the comparison today.
Yeah, well, the pitch count of Archer a little bit better than Sanchez. Sanchez has thrown 66 through 4, and Archer only 37, so he's been much more economical.
So Brandon Guyer will lead things off. It'll be Guyer, then Forsythe, and Hannigan here in the 5th inning facing Anibal.
When we signed off last night, we had a good feeling that this would be a pretty good pitching duel today. Runs would be at a premium, and we were right.
Yeah, no doubt. Just 1 hit. Neither team able to get much going. The Tigers have bounced into a double play in this game. That's nubbed off the end of the bat. Sanchez coming over to make the play. And 1 out.
Oh, hey guys.
Up,
how's it going? You know, the rest of us just hanging in the press box. You guys are out here with all the party people.
Ooh, what you
Yesterday,
got?
okay, hold on, I gotta put them down. Yesterday, you guys made a big fuss about these shortcake sundaes.
Oh, right.
So I brought those. Mario, I have one more thing for you. Hold on a second. Let me get back over here and get it.
Whipped cream.
A little piece of home. Mario, what people don't know is he likes to do these pretzels. And he dips them with mustard on the bottom. So I brought those in the press box. You can't get those around Comerica Park.
Oh, really?
So a little piece of home. It's kind of quiet in the press box, you guys. I'm not going to lie.
Shannon, we appreciate it.
I miss you.
You've
one other thing, you guys, there's one thing you missed.
Uh-oh.
Shannon, we just missed a home run, unfortunately. Hang on a sec. That was Forsythe who hit one out against Sanchez. That'll be the first run of this game. Logan Forsythe to make it 1-0. Anyway, continue, Shannon.
Okay, Shannon.
Well, one thing you missed, Another thing you guys really wanted yesterday.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see my sweet new.
Oh, the lids.
My new hat here. Yeah, Jim Schmeichel
Wait a minute.
hooked it up. Yeah, he did. You know, he said you guys didn't come down to the clubhouse yesterday and ask for them.
Well, yeah, but we were doing the game
So
last
I got one.
And did he give you one for us?
No. He said he had to come back down.
Oh, Schmeichel.
I lie. I'm not even a good liar. He said I couldn't give them to you till the 11th. Or not to the 11th. We're not going to be here 11 until the 7th. And I said I was going to give them earlier. I think they're your sizes. But they're pretty sweet. So shout out to Jim Schmeichel. Thanks so much. If he's watching in the clubhouse.
I can't put it over the heads.
Awesome hats. I got to go back to work.
All right.
You guys are, hanging with all the people and the fans out here.
Where you going?
Well, I mean, I'm scoring the game. I'm not as talented as you guys are. It's all backwards out here.
Hey.
I'm not as good at it.
Have some fun.
I will. All right. Enjoy those Sundays.
Shannon, thank you.
Bye,
for
guys.
This. All right. We owe you. And we owe Jim Schmeichel. Thank you very much, the clubhouse manager for the Tigers, who
he always takes care
is
of
the
us.
best in the business.
He always takes care of us. No doubt about that.
So we got our hats. Thank you very much, Schmeik. We appreciate it. Thanks, buddy. Thanks for Shannon for doing our legwork. And she gave up my pretzel secret here with mustard.
Yes, she did.
So when do we need all this food?
Well, I'm going to nibble on this as soon as this inning is over.
Well, it's 1-0. The Rays have the lead on the home run by Logan Forsythe. And Ryan Hannigan. Here's a count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. That was the first hit that Sanchez allowed in this game.
Yeah, no hitter and the shutout gone in 1 pitch.
Hannigan walked his first time up, an 11 pitch at bat to get that base on balls. Now the 2-2, and it's outside. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the 3-2. Another foul back out of play. Boy, Hannigan has just been a pain here today.
Well, that last at bat was about 11 pitches before he walked.
Working on another 3-2 count here. The home run by Logan Forsythe has made it 1-0 in favor of the Rays. Checked it, and he draws another walk. Hannigan with 2 really good at bats. 1 on, 1 out, 1 run in. It's going to bring up Kiermaier.
Oh, really?
What's going on back here?
Pause.
Oh, pause.
Yeah, some
Check
Swedish,
it out,
some
man.
fish, some soft chewing candy.
Swedish fish.
Wow.
Hey, pause.
You
Pause.
got a lot of groceries today.
Thank you. Appreciate it, buddy. I know you can't talk, but thank you. Thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Look at we come out here.
You guys can talk.
We come out into the right field balcony. Everybody shows up.
They all want some airtime, but that's all right. They're bringing food. So now we got Swedish fish. We got strawberry shortcake.
Yeah.
And we have some lids.
This is a lot more exciting than we normally are. I tell you, look at that booth there.
I just close that booth up. Check it out, man. Somebody's water sitting there. That's about it. No action today. That's drilled in the air toward left field. J.D. Martinez going back, and he's not going to be able to get this one. It's off the wall. Hannigan going to third. They're going to send him home. Relay from Kinsler to the plate, not in time. Another run scores for the Rays, and they have a 2-0 lead. That is a double and an RBI for Kiermaier. Triple, actually.
That is his first hit of the series. J.D. Martinez goes back, cannot make a play. Ball bounces off the wall. And by the time Austin Jackson picks it up, Hannigan being waved home and able to score rather easily. Ball jumped up on Avila. Bottom 3 in the batting order here in this particular inning, getting to Anibal Sanchez.
All of a sudden, the Rays have 2 runs on a couple of hits. There's a swing and a miss. Desmond Jennings, the batter. 0 for 2 in this game for Jennings. Infield in now for the Tigers with a runner at third base. A little bit low and outside, and the count now 1-1 on Jennings. And the last pitch at 95 from Sanchez. And that's low and away. 2-1 the count. You like Swedish fish?
I don't think I've ever had Swedish fish.
Really?
I don't think so.
You're going to have to try one. One of the best all-time candies.
It's like a gummy bear or something?
Yeah, kind of. Close. Good flavor, though. 2 balls, 1 strike on Desmond Jennings. 2 runs in. And he shoots that one back into center field. That'll be a base hit, scoring another run. Jennings taking the turn. He will hold up with an RBI single. But Jennings gets another hit in the series, his 5th.
And pretty good at bat here by Jennings. Most of his other hits have gone to the pull field. This time he whistles one right over the head of Ian Kinsler to drive in a 3rd run of the afternoon for the Tampa Bay Rays.
That'll bring a visit out to the mound as Jeff Jones comes walking to the hill.
And the one thing that Sanchez must do here is keep his double play in order with Jennings on first base and ZOBRIST the hitter. Jennings has the ability to steal. Sanchez needs to make sure he keeps him close.
Hey, Motown Night is Friday, July 18th when the Tigers host the Indians at 7:08. Get an upper box ticket, admission to the Motown Museum, and a special Tigers Hitsville USA t-shirt. It's exclusively at tigers.com/Motown, so check it out. Message has been delivered, and now Ben ZOBRIST will stand in. Rays have a 3-0 lead. Apparently Avila's had some equipment troubles now.
Malfunction.
So we'll go to the locker room and find him some new equipment. New shin guard there for Alex. And the way Avila gets banged up during games, he probably feels sometimes like he's not wearing any equipment.
That's right.
Well, as Avila gets it straightened out, time now for you to tweet your photo using #DetroitFanPhoto for a chance to have it shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. Well, Sanchez trying to reel it in now. He's allowed 3 runs here, still only 1 out. Here's Ben ZOBRIST. Ground ball and a fly ball for ZOBRIST. He looks at ball 1. ZOBRIST now 2 out of 11 in this series, but he's had a couple of doubles.
Anibal Sanchez looking for the ground ball off the bat of ZOBRIST here to get the double play to get out of the inning. He's about to throw his 84th pitch.
Runner on the move, and it's fouled back. Jennings was going there.
It's one of the things that we talked about and we touched on regarding Sanchez at the beginning of the game. He's got great stuff. I mean, great stuff. He commands 4 pitches, but yet you look up in the 5th and the 6th inning, he's always right around 100 pitches.
Yeah, as has been the case many times this year.
He doesn't walk very many, but he does pile up lots of strikeouts because he gets so many swings and misses, although not getting many swings and misses in this inning. Might not be a bad time for Brad Ausmus to pitch out with Jennings on first base. You know he's going to try to steal second.
On the ground to the shortstop. Roman tags the bag in a double play. So they get the twin killing, 6-3. They get 3 runs, though. Rays on top, and you're watching Tigers baseball presented by Bell Tire. From our perch here in the right field balcony, the Tigers have fallen behind Tampa. Chris Archer throwing a pretty good game here this afternoon. Tigers coming into play today. Well, they lost a game courtesy of their loss last night. The Kansas City Royals won, so they are still 4 games back of the Tigers. Cleveland is 8 outs. It goes Chicago and Minnesota the rest of the way in the American League Central. Now we got to get the bats going. Archer goes back to work, and he is facing Torrey Hunter.
Tigers will go to Kansas City right before the All-Star break for a big 4-game series.
Yeah, that's going to be fun, actually.
Absolutely.
Butting right up to that break, 4 big games. Hunter has a base hit to left.
They finally got one past the shortstop ZOBRIST. He's been catching everything.
Leadoff man on for the Tigers. And for Detroit, their second hit of the ball game. The other is single by Austin Jackson. Archer is only about to throw his 40th pitch. There's Castellanos. Nick drives one in the air. Center field. Jennings has room. One gone. We'll bring up Alex Avila. So I was talking to Avila the other day, and I told him, you know, we're doing the game from the right field porch on Saturday. I need you to hit one into row 1 where we are stationed here in the right field porch.
Ooh, that's a poke.
He looked at me and he said, well, okay, do you need any loft on it? Do you want a line drive? I said some loft because it's easier to catch.
We'll take it.
We'll see if he can oblige here. It might be asking just a tad too much. He bounced out his first time up. And he looks at ball 1.
Chris Archer is 9 of 18 in first pitch strikes so far today. 9 of 16, excuse me, which is not great, but He's got great stuff. Even though he's fallen behind a few of the hitters, he's able to come back with a real good fastball, real good breaking ball as well.
Tigers have 1 on 1 out. They've just given up 3 here in the 5th inning. Trying to bounce right back, and Avila takes way outside.
You can see why the Tampa Bay Rays gave him that lengthy contract. 6 years with a couple of options after really only about 4 months in the big leagues.
Well, I think breaking into the season, they thought they had a really good chance in the American League East, and then they suffered a couple of injuries in the rotation that really hurt them. Matt Moore and Jeremy Hellickson. Much like the Rangers, who the Tigers saw on the last road trip, just decimated by injuries, although Texas took it to the next level. I mean, they had just about everybody out.
Yeah, they have used the disabled list more than any team in baseball, the Texas Rangers.
Meanwhile, 3-0 now on Avila. And there is ball 4, so the Tigers have 2 men on. Archer wasn't even close on that pitch. It's going to be his second walk of the game. 2 on 1 out, and all of a sudden you've got the tying run coming to the plate. And we also have Jim Hickey coming out of the Tampa dugout. There will be a visit with Archer, who for the first time really since the first inning has any kind of trouble brewing here. Joe Madden, 2-time skipper of the year in the American League. Hey, by the way, Tuesday, July 15th, baseball's best gather in Minnesota as the captain Derek Jeter takes the field in his last All-Star game ever in what promises to be an emotional and unforgettable night. Special coverage begins at 4:30 on Fox Sports 1, followed by the 2014 All-Star game at 7:30 on Fox. How many Tigers will be at the All-Star game this year? That is the question we are wondering.
They'll have a few at least. They are always very well represented at the All-Star game.
So here's Romine now with 2 on 1 out. Archer delivers a strike. 94-mile-an-hour fastball. One ball, one strike. Romine grounded out his first time up. Archer would love a ground ball. He's gotten a few of them here in this game.
Back-to-back fastballs to Romine, one at 94, the second at 95.
Davis waiting on deck. The 1-1. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Apparently that's what the pitching coach and Jim Hickey said to Archer. And don't forget about your fastball, after he walked Avila. Jim Hickey, real good pitching coach, has been for a number of years under Joe Madden.
Back him out of there. 95 that time from Archer. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Tigers have 2 aboard. The inning started with a Hunter single and a 1-out walk to Avila. Foul tip into the glove. That'll be strike 3. And Romine is out. 2 gone.
That's only the first strikeout of the afternoon for Chris Archer.
Going to bring up the number 9 hitter, Rajai Davis. .362 with men in scoring position. Davis, of course, big grand slam on this homestand.
That's really good.
Tigers could use a big knock here, down by 3. We're in the 5th. Bouncing ball, first base side. Loney has it. He's going to take it himself, and that'll end the threat. No runs, a walk, a single. Tigers will strand 2. 5 in the books here at Comerica Park. in a 3-0 ball game.
Have jumped on Anibal Sanchez here. This top half of the 6th inning, he's given up 3 runs. All 3 of those runs came in the last half inning. But take a look at his overall body of work since coming off the disabled list on May 18th. 9 starts, 5 wins, no losses, and really the ERA is special. What he really needs to do is get back to first pitch strikes, expanding the strike zone, get himself some easier outs, and allow his offense to wake up here today.
Hopefully that will be the case. In the meantime, Sanchez back out there as we go to the 6th inning, and Anibal will face Matt Joyce to start things off for the Rays. It'll be Joyce, Longoria, and then Loney. 3, 4, and 5 for Tampa Bay. First pitch low, 1 ball, no strikes. It has been an unproductive day so far for Joyce. 0 for 2, strikeout, ground out. He lines that one into right field, base hit right in front of J.D. Martinez. So Joyce aboard with a leadoff single here in the 6th. Here's Evan Longoria. Averaged down a bit this year, 265. He's hit 11 home runs. He brought something up a couple of nights ago in game 1, which I thought was probably pretty accurate. I mean, yes, his numbers are down this year, but there really isn't a whole lot around him right now. That ball is whistled in the left for a base hit.
No, they don't have much protection for Longoria. If he gets himself in a situation where there's runners in scoring position, they'll walk him to get to whoever, whether it be Loney or whoever's batting behind him. Loney, good contact hitter, but not nearly the power and that Longoria has.
So Longoria gets his first hit to go with his walk and his stolen base. Sanchez in some trouble now in the 6th inning.
And just like Brad Osman said a couple of days ago regarding the Tampa Bay Rays, when they came to town, they were hot. And they had just swept the New York Yankees. They had taken 3 or 4 from the Baltimore Orioles as well. It's not who you play, it's when you play them. And they came in playing some decent baseball.
Loading a couple of ground balls. Both of them have been hit to second base. He does it again, and the Tigers have a chance to turn 2 here. A couple of singles starting things off here in the top of the 6th. 3-0 Tampa Bay. Ball outside. Over the last couple of years since joining the Tigers, Anibal has made himself really at home here in this ballpark. He has a 2.87 career ERA here at Comerica. 14-7 record as well. chopper foul. And he also, in his last start, which was on Monday against the A's, recorded the 1,000th strikeout of his career. A lot of punch outs.
He's going to get a whole lot more.
Phil Koch is tuning up in the Detroit bullpen. That'll get away from Avila. It'll go to the backstop and the runners move up, taking the double play out of order now.
That one right through the 5-hole. Avila usually does a very nice job of blocking anything down in the dirt, but that one right through the wickets. Pulled the glove up just a hair too soon.
Is a walk, and that's going to load the bases for the Rays. Right now, while we have a chance, back to the studio we go. Time for a game break, and Trevor Thompson. All right, Trev, thank you. Meanwhile, Brad Ausmus making his way out to the mound, presumably bringing the hook with him. Brandon Guyer due up. Bases are loaded. Maybe not. This looks like just a conversation more than anything else. Sanchez gave up singles to Joyce and Longoria. Then he walked Loney. He is still under 100 pitches. He's at 93 right now. Sanchez will remain in the game. Here we are in the balcony out here in right field. The one thing I've noticed right about here, there's a nice little breeze.
It is nice out here.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever come to the ballpark as a fan, and occasionally we do get here, this is the place to be.
This is exactly our view right here down the first base line. Spectacular area of this ballpark. So Sanchez goes to work now against Brandon Guyer with the bases loaded. He'll throw from the windup. Swing and a miss. 0-1.
The only thing that would be better, and the Tigers start to score a few more runs so these fans can get active out here.
Well, Archer so far has been awfully tough. Right now they've supported him with 3 runs. They have the bases loaded. Joyce, Longoria, and Loney.
And Tigers playing the infield in. They want the out at home plate. They can't afford to give up any more here today. Not the way that Archer is pitching.
Swing and a miss.
And also the way that their bullpen has been pitching. And McGee and Boxberger yesterday were sensational.
They were really good.
I heard an interview with their manager, Joe Madden, last night. He simply called him Jake in the Box. He's a beauty. I love him.
It's awesome.
I love Joe Madden. He called him Jake in the Box.
In the box. Did he go? He did not. He held up.
Jake McGee and Brad Boxberger. He's funny, man. I love him.
Of course, the other night they had the way their lineup was situated was 8-6-7-5-3-0-9, which, of course, the Tommy Two-Tone song.
I walked into the locker room today to say hi to him. He wasn't at the ballpark yet, but he had some music glaring out of his office. I really couldn't tell what it was, but he's fun to play for. He's one of your more popular managers in baseball, Joe Madden.
Now 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Here's our high-speed pitch, and it's brought to you by Xfinity. 95 has been the top fastball so far today, thrown by Anibal Sanchez, and 72 has been that real slow breaking ball that he throws, curveball variety.
Sanchez has slowed things down considerably here. Bases are loaded with Rays. It's fouled back out of play.
These Rays doing a nice job of putting the ball in play. Sanchez, one of those guys that can get a strikeout anytime he needs to get one, but not recording many punch-outs here this afternoon. Derek Shelton, their hitting coach, does nice work getting guys to work counts, getting themselves in the best possible position to succeed.
Driven in the air. It's into center field, deep enough to get a run in. Jackson is under it. Runner from third will tag and score. That's Joyce. And that will leave runners at first and third. It's a sac fly and an RBI for QUYER. 4-0 ball game. Well, today USAA would like to pay special recognition to all of our service members at home and abroad. On this 4th of July weekend, hope it's going well for you. Special pregame ceremony yesterday here at the ballpark. Quite a sight to see. A lot of our veterans.
Awfully special.
They're recognized before the game. An old glory here at the ballpark today. So first and third now, one out. Logan Forsythe will step in. Ball one. Three runs in the fifth, and now another run here in the sixth for Tampa. They won last night. Each team with a victory in this series. Swing and a miss. 1-1 on Forsythe. And now an even 100 for Sanchez. This is what it looks like by inning. Forsythe got the party started for the Rays last inning, a one-out home run, the first hit that Sanchez gave up in this game. Runner bluffs at first, and it's bunted. Sanchez going to have to get there, and he tags, not in time. Another run will score.
That appeared to be a safety squeeze. Joyce on third base did not take off on the pitch, but once the ball was on the ground, then Matt Joyce took off from third base. He was anticipating that he was going to bunt, and by Sanchez and Miggy not quite certain who was going to make that play, and Forsythe able to get himself a base hit and an RBI.
So it's a 5-0 ball game now. Runners at first and second. Two more runs in. Here is Ryan Hannigan, who has given Sanchez fits, a couple of long at bats, both resulting in walks. Hannigan, the former Cincinnati Red. That's low, 1-0. Hannigan looks at a strike that time. The count evens now 1-1. Phil Koch has been warming this entire half inning, still going.
That was Longoria who scored on that bunt there by Forsythe. I said it was Matt Joyce, but it was Longoria.
So Longoria's big series continues. 1-1 on Hannigan. Lifted back out of play. Hannigan just about his entire career with the Reds before this year. He had a stretch in the month of June where it was not pretty, 0 for 28. But you really couldn't tell it by his two at-bats in this game. 7 years as a member of the Reds. Sanchez at 104 now. Another foul back out of play.
That is something they've done a lot of today. They've had a lot of lengthy at bats. Even though Sanchez has been able to get ahead of a lot of the guys, they've fouled off a lot of pitches. Hannigan right in the middle of that.
Whoa. 11 in his first at bat, 7 in the second at bat, 4 already in this at bat. The most that Sanchez has thrown in a game is 114 this year. And that one misses high. 2-2 the count. Number 9 hitter Kevin Kiermaier waiting on deck. Still only 1 out in the inning. That is popped up. Third base side, Castellanos. Out of room. Hannigan by himself is making life miserable today for Sanchez. This is another lengthy at bat here against Anibal. Rays got 3 last half inning. Home run by Forsythe. RBI double Kiermaier. RBI single Jennings. 2 more here in the 6th. Drill toward right field. JD on the run to the corner to make the catch. Runner from second will tag and get to third. Loney moves up. That'll leave him at the corners.
Nice play by J.D. Martinez in right field. He has gotten reps in left. He's gotten reps in right. He's also had a handful of starts as a designated hitter. And the one thing in common with wherever he is playing, he brings that bat with him.
Second trip out to the mound. Brad Ausmus will make the change. Anibal Sanchez is done. Here in the 6th inning, he will depart the scene. Phil Koch about to sprint in. It's a all-side windows pitching change. Sixth inning, Mario and Rod back out here in the perch in the balcony in right field. We have more food, Rod.
Well, word travels very fast about you and your pretzels, apparently.
It does. And Michelle has brought us. What do you got, Michelle? Oh, my goodness. Look at the size of this pretzel. Wow.
They got some mustard for you, too?
Where am I shooting this? Yeah. We've got some cheese on there, some mustard. Oh, man, oh, man. Michelle, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you all. Enjoy the game. Well, you just can't beat food. That's all I got to say.
They're bringing a lot of it out here. That much is for
now,
certain.
Can we finish this by the time the game's over?
Well, you can get a little help from the crew.
Hey, Phil Koch is on now to take over for the Tigers.
Last 7 games, Phil Koch's been real good. As a matter of fact, you can go back a couple weeks for Phil Koch. And that fastball reestablished 94 to 96. The breaking ball has been outstanding. Pitching really good baseball these days for Detroit.
Kevin Kiermaier stands in here now. The Rays have lengthened this to a 5-0 lead. They have runners at first and third.
Tigers have been able to do very little with the starter of the Tampa Bay Rays, Chris Archer.
Kiermaier tripled in a run. It was back in the 5th.
That was his first hit of the series.
And it was a big one. That one is lifted toward left field, slicing. That's going to be a fair ball. That's going to get another couple of runs in, it appears. He is on his way to third, and he slides in ahead of the tag.
He can fly. We heard Kiermaier could really run, but he can fly. You don't see many triples down in the left field corner. That is a fastball that is away from him. He's late on it. He slices the ball right down the left field line and somehow gets a triple out of it. Almost stumbled coming around second, excuse me.
Kiermaier has his second triple of the game, and the Rays have blown it open now. 7-0 ball game.
All those runs are Anibal Sanchez's. One of his roughest starts of the year.
Yeah, no doubt his line is complete now as Koch will attack Desmond Jennings, and a swing and a miss. Jennings an RBI single in the 5th inning. Sanchez came in with an earned run average of 2.63, and after this start today it'll be up to 3.09. Strike called right at the knees.
On any given night, any big league team can come out and beat you, but you didn't expect the Tampa Bay Rays, not with the way that Sanchez has been pitching this year, and their offense being somewhat challenged, to get 7 hits and 7 runs off of Anibal.
Here's the 0-2. Back up the middle. Romine has it. Off balance throws in time, and that is that for the Rays, but another big inning. They have added to their lead with a 4-run 6th.
America Park. Well, some things you just have to be at the ballpark to experience. You get to make new friends out in right field. Not to mention there are a lot of celebrations. It is Elise's 7th birthday. Also, Mike and Connie are celebrating their 45th wedding anniversary. And Scott is here with all of his buddies for his bachelor party. So, Mike, since Scott's here for his bachelor party, what advice do you have for him for long-lasting love?
Well, the first thing you have to remember, it takes 2 to make a marriage, but you have to marry your best friend, and that's what she is to me. She's my best friend, and you got to love her.
Well, congratulations to Mike and Connie. Good luck to you, Scott, and happy birthday, Elise. Guys, back to you.
All right, Lindsay, thanks. I'm amazed Lindsay could keep track of all those names. Nicely done.
I thought he was going to say, you got to say you're sorry and you're right.
Well, that too.
A lot of those going to have a long, lengthy marriage, too.
Forget yes, dear.
You're right.
Well, Jackson leading it off as we go to the 6th inning. Jackson, Kinsler, and Cabrera facing Archer. It's now a 7-0 lead for the Rays.
Because they say, happy wife, happy life.
It's been a happy day for Archer. He has really been dealing.
And for the Rays hitters as well.
He's only walked a couple.
Rare off day for Anibal Sanchez.
Bouncing ball towards second base. Diving stop there. Forsythe throws, and he gets it.
Wow, he stole one from Austin Jackson. Took a great angle to get to that ball. Forsythe left his feet, able to get to his feet very quickly, and then get the ball to Loney to record the out. This Tampa Bay Rays team, they play with a lot of energy. I mean, they run the bases aggressively. They play aggressively. That's the brand of baseball they've pretty much played since Joe Madden took over. Took Forsythe very little time getting to his feet.
Archer gets a little bit of help there from his defense. Here is Ian Kinsler. Popped up foul, back out of play.
Archer has only thrown a total of 55 pitches. Talk about being economical.
Kinsler in the ball game, double play and a fly ball. Looks at a ball high. 95 again on that fastball. Chris Archer. One is outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. There's Cabrera waiting on deck. Here's the 2-1. Fair ball. Left field line to the corner it goes, and Kinsler will cruise into second with a 2-base hit. 1 on 1 out for the Rays, or for the Tigers, rather. And then double gives the Tigers their first hit since the first inning.
It's a 4-seam fastball thrown by Chris Archer right around the belt buckle in the mid-90s, ripped right past a diving Longoria.
Right down that line into the corner. It's actually the second hit since the first inning, as Hunter had a single in the 5th but did not score. Now Cabrera. And Kinsler with a bit of a milestone double, number 275. Hit hard, right back up the middle, though, and Forsythe had him played perfectly. That'll advance the runner, but 2 gone. And Cabrera now is 0 for 2 with a walk. Bring up J.D. Martinez. It'll take something with 2 outs from J.D. Tigers trying to get their first run. Fly out, line out for Martinez. 0 for 2. Right at the knees, a strike call. So you talk about Archer at only 60 now, and here's why.
He has pitched in no stress whatsoever today.
3 straight innings of 8 total pitches. That's it.
He hasn't even busted a sweat out there on an 80-degree afternoon.
Wave it a miss. So Martinez now behind in the count 0-2.
I kind of like his socks, too. Old school. 11 ground ball outs, just fly out. 5 flyouts. But take a look at the socks. You don't see this very often. Those are real stirrups, too.
Yeah. Those you never see.
I like it.
I love that look, too.
I like that.
Here's the 0-2. Bouncing ball right back to the mound. Archer makes the play himself, and that's it for the Tigers. No runs, a double. 1 man left. We got to get to work on our big pretzel. We'll get back to you next half inning.
Here's our Comerica Bank game summary. Anibal Sanchez was cruising until the 5th inning. And then a home run by FORSYTHE. That was the first hit and the first run scored in the game. And Kevin KIERMAIER tripled twice in this game. This is one of the triples. He did that in the 5th. He also has tripled in the 6th and driven in runs with both of his triples here today. So it's the latter third of the batting order today that got it done today against Tigers pitching. 7 runs given up today by Anibal Sanchez.
6, 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup have 6 of the 7 RBIs, so they really have been getting it done. And it'll be Ben Zobrist to lead it off as we go to the 7th. Zobrist, Joyce, Longoria. 7 runs, 7 hits. That's what Tampa's put up. No runs, 3 hits. Detroit. Zobrist is 0 for 3, including a double play ball facing left-hander Phil Koch. He came on to get the final out of the 6th.
Yeah, first at bat of the afternoon for Zobrist, right-handing. His other 3 at-bats today against Sanchez, they were batting left-handed. Oh, Phil.
Oh, man, right off the bare hand. Don't want to do that. Kinsler unable to bare hand.
Off of 2 bare hands. Hope Phil's okay.
Leadoff man aboard.
They tell you not to put your bare hand up on balls hit right back up the middle, but you always see pitchers do it anyway. I guess it's just your natural reactions that cause you to do so.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's simply reaction, and Koch threw that bare hand up there, and man, that just has the
Brad Ausmus and Kevin ran out to take a peek at Phil Koch. He's saying he's okay. And they want to make sure that he is. They're going to make him throw 1 or 2 pitches.
Koch looking at his left hand. He appears to be okay. We'll see if he stays in the game. And as he warms up, just a reminder, as you enjoy a cold one, to look forward to Miller Time later in today's game, brought to you by Miller Lite. Koch remains in the game. Infield hit for Ben Zobrist. Here is Matt Joyce. Avila can't find it, but locates it. ZOBRIST going nowhere. Joyce is 1 for 3. Got it started back in the 6th. Turned out to be a big inning because they scored 4 times.
We talked about Joyce a little earlier today. He's a good baseball player, does very nice work against right-handers, but he struggles against left-handed pitching. His batting average is at .091 against left-handed pitching this season. Phil Cope looking for the ground ball.
Avila skids out there to make the stop. 2 balls, no strikes.
Nothing you can do if you don't hit. And the Tigers have not hit today.
Phil Coke, since the start of June, has really turned his season around. A 2.92 ERA. And 12 strikeouts. 4 earned runs in 12 1/3 innings.
There was a time this year where it was starting to look like Phil Coke was not going to last this season in Detroit. He would have landed on his feet somewhere. He's that good a pitcher. Yeah, but he had not pitched very well here down the stretch last year. Got off to a slow start. And the fans were restless. Yeah, but I give Brad Ausmus a lot of credit for sticking with Phil Coke, knowing the Tigers would need him sooner or later to pitch better. And he has.
Hook foul. He really has, and I think Ausmus looked at it from this angle. There aren't really too many guys out there that throw from the left side out of the bullpen who throw 95.
And the Tigers were 27-12 when Phil was struggling. So it wasn't like you had to go fill a spot with somebody. So he was patient. He started to pick spots for Phil. He pitched him in games that were kind of out of hand just to get him going. But now he finds himself pitching in more meaningful games, although this one's a little bit out of hand here so far.
Here's the 2-2. Got him. Strike 3. Joyce is out of there, and Coke has a strikeout. First out of the inning.
Good fastball here that Joyce couldn't get the bat off the shoulder at 94 miles an hour. You really can't locate one any better than that.
Here's Evan Longoria. On base in his last 2 at-bats. Single, a walk, a steal, a run scored in this ball game today. That's low, ball 1. McCoy warming up now in the Detroit bullpen. More action for Detroit.
He said slow you down.
It's on the ground at third. Castellanos will get the force at second. Close play. 2 outs.
It was not going to be a double play ball, so Ian Kinsler simply stretched out toward Castellanos to make sure he got the ball in the glove as soon as possible, with ZOBRIST running down from first base.
Here's James Loney with 2 outs. Longoria takes over as the runner at first. Loney a walk and a couple of ground balls. Strike 1 from Coke. Anibal Sanchez lasted into the 6th inning in this one. Went 5 2/3 before giving way to Coke. And is charged with all 7 runs in this contest. Chopper to the right side. Cabrera has it. He'll tag the bag for the out. And that is that for the Rays. A 7-0 ball game coming up. The Health Plus 7th inning stretch. game. Tweet your photo to hashtag Detroit Fan Photo for a chance to be shown in an upcoming game broadcast brought to you by AT&T. There are the couches directly behind us here where you can kind of come out to the ballpark, chill out, watch some baseball, have a beverage.
It'd be kind of hard not to fall asleep back there on a day like today.
Oh, you're not kidding, man.
Look at the fella in the blue. He looked like he ready to fade on out.
Archer, unfortunately, has not faded at all today as he goes back to the hill. Torrey Hunter leads it off. It'll be Hunter, Castellanos, and Avila. Hunter had a single at his last at bat. And he tried to hold up there, couldn't do it.
Uncomfortable swing there by Torrey Hunter. Archer's got that fastball in the mid to upper 90s, and he's also got that really good slider. That last one at 86 miles an hour. He's on a mission here today against one of the best offenses in the American League.
So far he's dominated. Here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Man, same type swing. And so Torrey is out, one gone.
No disrespect to Archer here today. He has pitched a really good game. But Tigers, they are a different offense when Victor Martinez is not playing. Back-to-back slide pieces thrown to Torrey Hunter and two uncomfortable swings. Once Archer starts to throw his changeup to right-handers, because he only has 3 pitches. He's got the fastball, the slider, and the changeup, but he doesn't throw it to right-handers. But once he does, he'll get a lot more easier outs in the big leagues.
There's Castellanos. Nick 0 for 2, fly ball ground out. 7-0 in favor of the Rays here in game 3 in this series. Archer, 25 years old, out of Clayton, North Carolina. Swing and a miss, 0-1.
I guess North Carolina wasn't hit too bad by the first hurricane of the year. Arthur, I believe, was the name of the hurricane. Wasn't too bad. Kind of rolled through, rolled out.
Here's the 0-1. Last year, Archer won 9 games despite the fact that he didn't join the team from AAA until June the 1st. And then he got himself on a roll. A couple of complete game shutouts last year. In fact, he threw one of those at Yankee Stadium. On the ground to the third baseman. Longoria throws him out. 2 up and 2 down here in the 7th inning. Hey, the countdown is on. From now until midnight tomorrow, you can get upper box tickets for just $22 to see the Tigers play the Dodgers this Tuesday and Wednesday. Offer available exclusively at tigers.com/diamond deals. Enter the coupon code ALLSTAR. That is your coupon code, ALLSTAR. Going to be fun to have the Dodgers come rolling in.
It's a good baseball team. Good pitching staff. Donnie Baseball, Don Mattingly is their manager.
Here's Avila. That National League West race is going to be a good one, I think, down the stretch. Right now, the Dodgers lead San Francisco by a game and a half. They've been jockeying back and forth. Avila cuts and misses.
Yasiel Puig, one of the more dynamic players in the game of baseball on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, you'll want to see him play. 0-1 on Avila. Chris Archer, 6'3", 190 out of Clayton, North Carolina. Looking like an ace here today. There's a strike call. 0-2. And again, this is what we've talked about all day long. The fact that he really hasn't expended too much energy in any one inning. That's why the pitch count right now is just at 70. The 0-2. 1-2 on Avila. The Rays did not have a hit in this game until they finally got one in the 5th inning. Sanchez had 4 hits or 4 innings of no-hit ball, and then the home run by Forsythe in the 5th. Got the scoring started for the Rays. They haven't stopped. Uh-oh. That ball is hit deep. Right field. Way back. And Avila has hit it out. Not quite to where we wanted him to hit it up here, but Alex Avila has put the Tigers on the board.
I was getting ready to tell you to get your glove out, buddy.
Homer number 6 for Avila.
We've got a different vantage point here today calling this game, but I knew that was gone as soon as he connected. And he got himself one of those fastballs in the mid-90s, and he put a real good swing on it. And when you hit them like that, you know they're gone.
Tigers finally get to Archer, courtesy of the Avila home run. And a ball outside to Andrew Romine. 7-1 ball game now. Two and 0 the count. There's action in the Detroit bullpen. Jabba Chamberlain warming up. Appears he'll get some work when we get to the 8th. That's in there for a strike, and Romine thought it might have been a tad high. 2-1.
He has been so efficient with everything that he has thrown here today. That would be Chris Archer. He's going to get the benefit of the doubt from the home plate umpire, Mark Carlson.
Low and in. Now it's 3-1. So Archer now sitting on 76 pitches in this game, facing the number 8 hitter. Romine is 0 for 2. And he'll take his walk. A couple of 2-out runners. Jim Hickey comes trotting out again. Then we'll have a confab on the hill after the home run by Avila and the walk to Romine.
Here's our bell tire pitch by pitch. Archer at just 77 pitches, average of 11 pitches thrown per inning. He's been dominant really with just 2 pitches. I mean, that would be the mid to upper 90s fastball. And then he backs off to about 85 to 86 with a slide piece. He has defended his position. His infielders have been busy. He's got a ton of ground ball outs. He really has pitched a good game, but we knew coming in that Chris Archer, one of your better young pitchers in the game of baseball. Got some swagger, too.
13 ground ball outs among the numbers here this afternoon. Archer, though, has run into a little bit of trouble here in the 7th. Rajai Davis looks at ball 1. Looked like it might be another easy inning for Archer, but then the homer and now the walk. That's in there for a strike. 1-1 on Rajai Davis.
Rajai Davis has got some surprising power to left field. He already has hit 6 home runs this year. All of those home runs to left field.
Two and 1. Jackson would be next if Rajai keeps it going. Here's the 2-1. 2-2 snap throw to first, and Romine got back in there. Even up the count now on Davis. Tigers today have been out hit 8-4, outscored 7-1. We're in the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss. Rajai's out, so are the Tigers. They will settle for 1 run. On the home run by Alex Avila, we go to the 8th, 7-1 ball game.
Park. Well, there's all sorts of good food out in right field up on the deck. We've got the bacon on a stick dipped in some nice syrup. So Mario and Rod, you're getting a special delivery from me. And yes, back in college, I was a waitress, so I do know how to get it here.
You got to walk.
There you are, bacon on a stick.
Oh my
for
goodness.
each one of you.
Wow.
Enjoy.
Bacon on a stick?
The guys downstairs said it was absolutely delicious. So if you may have to wait until after on Tigers Live.
Hey, did you see how quick Rod grabbed that? That thing was off lickety split, man.
No, but did you see how she strolled down here? She acted like she did this before.
Very kind. Well, coming up on Tigers Live, you can enjoy that as we also talk to Alex Avila about his great home run. But we'll also get Brad Osmus's take on Annabelle Sanchez's outing and all sorts of stuff. But I'm going to want your take on how good all this food was. I heard you had a pretzel, you had desserts.
We've had it all.
You've had it all.
I don't need to go to dinner tonight.
My doctor's going to love the fact that I'm eating bacon on a stick. But
Hey,
thank
it
you.
looks
It does
good.
look
It's
good. It
dipped
looks
in
great.
syrup as well. Enjoy, gentlemen.
Thanks,
Enjoy.
Lindsay. Appreciate it. Jabba Chamberlain now on a Wellside Windows pitching change for the Tigers.
It's been a few days since Jabba's been out there. He's been in a total of 37 games. His work has been outstanding. 2.94 ERA, 15 holds, 37 strikeouts, just 11 walks for Jabba.
Chamberlain here in the 8th. Usually when Jabba comes in, it's a Tiger lead, but right now he's got to get some work as the Rays lead 7-1. Brandon Guyer leads it off. Meanwhile, Archer cruising along here today. The Avila home run, the only blemish on his record.
He's been impressive. You say what you want to say. I mean, you come into Comerica Park, 40,000 people, and you go up against arguably one of the best offenses in baseball and do what he's done. Impressive.
Guyer, Forsythe, and Hannigan here in the 8th. Castellanos makes the play. Out at first base.
Jabba Chamberlain pitching his entire big league career for the New York Yankees, and of course they reside in the same division as the Tampa Bay Rays. 27 games against Rays. Take a look at the ERA. He has been real good against them in the past.
Off to a good start here, getting the bounce out, one away. Here is Logan Forsythe. Big day today for Forsythe. A couple of RBIs. And that's in there for a strike, 0-1.
A lot of damage done by their 7, 8, 9 hitters. Hannigan not so much as far as getting hits, but he really was able to rack up the pitch count of Annabelle Sanchez.
Did not go. 1 ball, 1 strike on Forsythe. 13 RBIs now. Was hitless in the series until the home run in the 5th, and then the bunt single which drove in a run in the 6th. Two balls and 1 strike. Jabba Chamberlain takes over for Phil Koch, who came on in the 6th. Koch goes an inning and a 1/3 in this contest. 2-1 pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2. It's high. That'll run the count now to 3 balls and 2 strikes. Ryan Hannigan waiting on deck. 7-1. Rays have the lead here in the 8th. The sun is trying to peek through the clouds. It's been an overcast day all day today. Three and 2. Only 4 Tigers hits in this contest against Archer. Meanwhile, 7 runs on 8 hits for the Rays in this one. And he lost it, ball 4. 1 on and 1 out. Well, tonight Rod and I are calling the game from the new right field balcony in front of the New Amsterdam Bar and the Pepsi Porch. And this is our view of the ball game here today. It has been a spectacular view. It's been a view which has kind of given us a different perspective on where guys move during the play. That ball that was hit to J.D. Martinez in right field.
Right.
You saw the slice on that ball.
It's real cool out here. People are having a lot of fun out here, man. I might have to take you up on that sunscreen too. That sun.
Yeah.
It's out here now.
I got it. That ball is back up the middle, fielded there by Romine to KINSLER long in the double play. That'll be it for the Rays. Bottom of the 8th coming up.
Comerica Park. Well, earlier in the broadcast, we introduced you to the Boone family of 19, and they tried to get the wave going here at Comerica Park. Well, we now have a report that it was successful. Just a little bit ago, it went around probably 5 or 6 times entirely around Comerica Park. And get this, guys, even the Rays dugout, all the guys in the dugout decided to join in, and they were part of the wave. I don't think I've ever seen that before at a baseball game. Back to you.
Yeah, Lindsay, that's probably because they're leading 7-0 at the time.
Yeah, they're a little loose. They're having some fun down there, but they have fun anyway.
Well, Chris Archer's been having some fun today. There are the numbers on Archer: 7 innings, 4 hits, and 1 run. 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Top of the Tigers lineup coming up. It's Austin Jackson, who looks at strike 1. Bottom of the 8th inning is underway. Jackson, KINSLER, CABRERA, the Tigers' only run, and the homer in the 7th inning by Alex Avila. Ball is hit hard, and look at that play by Archer.
Archer, quit it.
A rocket hit right back to the mound. Archer, that's the 2nd time tonight. He has shown some great reflex.
The other time it was a bouncer right back to him. He threw the glove up and made a real nice play. This time he just threw the glove up and the ball went in it. I don't even think he was looking at it. As a matter of fact, he wasn't looking at it.
Great play by Archer.
Yeah, I got it.
Look at that, man. Cat-like reflexes.
That's the 2nd hit that Jackson has had stolen from him today. Forsythe, the 2nd baseman, made a really nice play last time Austin Jackson was up, or else he'd have 3 hits today.
KINSLER, the batter. doubled us last time. Tigers couldn't score him, though. It came with 1 out in the 5th inning. Check at the 6th inning. And Jackson just back on the bench wondering, what do I have to do to get a base hit today?
He should be 3 for 4. But the Rays have one of the best defensive teams in the American League, so they catch the baseball. They don't beat themselves on the defensive end. He's won a couple Gold Gloves over at third. Loney very easily could have won some Gold Gloves at first base. He's been that good at first.
Loney, a finalist last year, one of the 3 finalists. Hosmer won the Gold Glove last season at first base. Fouled away. 0-2 on Ian Kinsler. One ball, 2 strikes as Archer now approaches 90 for the game. He's at 88. Two gone. On Monday, July 7th, joined Detroit Tigers All-Star and American League Most Valuable Player Miguel Cabrera, along with his friends and teammates, under the lights at Comerica Park. Enjoy exclusive access to the ballpark, the field, and the clubhouse, priceless auction items, and private fireworks. We raise money to keep kids in the game, a benefit for children's health and youth baseball. Join Miggy. Two gone. Here is Cabrera.
That's a wonderful event that Miguel Cabrera puts on here at Comerica Park. Under the lights, the kids come out, they get a tour of the place, they feed them and show them a lot of love. It's wonderful for everybody here involved in Tigers baseball that gives back to the community.
Cabrera is 0 for 2 in the game, plus a walk, couple of ground outs. He'll hammer this one in the air. Center field. Jennings is back, and Archer has himself a quick 1-2-3-8. Out of the 9th inning here at the ballpark. Tigers are down to the Tampa Bay Rays, and it's been the Archer show today. The young man has really done a job. The Avila home run, the only run he has given up. Chris Archer had a 1-2-3-8, and through 8 innings, 1 run, 4 hits, and 3 strikeouts, 3 walks. Meanwhile, Patrick McCoy will take over now for Detroit.
5th game now that Patrick has been in for the Tigers. The ERA just a shade over 2. He's got the fastball that will go anywhere from 89 to 92 miles an hour.
Kevin Kiermaier leads it off. He's had himself a day. Couple of triples in this contest. And they've both been big. Base hit for Kiermaier, so his big day gets a little bit bigger. Leadoff man on for the Rays. That'll give them 9 hits on the board now. McCoy takes over for Chamberlain, who threw a, well, he faced 3 batters. It wasn't 1, 2, 3, gave up a walk, but then got a double play. Desmond Jennings 1 for 4 in the contest. Tigers out of the bullpen today have gone with Koch, Jabba, and now Patrick McCoy. Here's the 1-0.
I could sit out here all day.
We have.
No, literally all day. I could just sit out here all day long. Got enough groceries to get you by.
Oh, you ain't kidding, man. The food just keeps coming. That's fouled back out of play. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Just one of them real cool atmospheres out here. You brought it up a little breeze.
Chucky Fair over here, man.
Chucky chilling.
Stage manager he never gets on camera. Only when we come to the outfield.
He's a VIP.
Chucky's done a great job today, keeping everybody and everything in order. The shattered bat looks like a double play. 6, 4, 3. And there are 2 gone.
Not easy to get a double play with Jennings running, although he did take a big swing and his bat was shattered, did not get out of the batter's box in a timely manner. Therefore, they were able to turn it over, but he's got some good speed. Nice underhand flip by Romine. Kinsler getting the ball on his way to Miggy.
Here's Ben Zobrist.
Last couple of days have been all Rays.
Well, it looked like at the start of the series it was going to be all Tigers. They won the opener. And then the Rays came back yesterday with a nice win, and they jumped on the Tigers mid-game here today.
It's all about starting pitching. Alex Cobb was a little bit better than Drew Smiley yesterday, and Archer better than Anibal today. That's what it's all about. It's all about starting pitching on any given day.
McCoy missing low.
Max outstanding in the first game of the series. Porcello 11 wins. No one pitching better than him right now.
Bouncing ball. And there is Cabrera. He's going to flip the pitcher. Covering, not in time.
That was a play right there where Miggy, because of where he was positioning, probably shouldn't have made that play. He should have gone to first base, and Kinsler should have gotten the ball in his glove. It would have been a much easier play because McCoy was slow to get over there. As a matter of fact, McCoy was kind of surprised that he had to cover first base. And that's the one thing that you can't get caught if you're a pitcher. Anytime the ball goes to the right side of the infield, you can't determine whether the second baseman's going to catch it or the first baseman's going to catch it. You got a job to do.
Did he get spiked? No, he looked like he turned the ankle a little bit as soon as he touched the bag, so they're out checking him. Right there. And McCoy came up limping.
Brad Ausmus has been on the field quite a bit today. And Kevin Rand.
So we'll see if McCoy can continue as he warms up and hobbles around. Look on his face. He says, I can't do it, and he can't. So he's coming out of the ball game. So there's a pitching change here at Comerica Park. McCoy is unable to continue in this one. He is injured. We'll be back to the ballpark. McCoy injured himself, turning an ankle as he covered first base. So the Tigers going into the bullpen, and we've got some news and notes from around the major leagues. Clayton Kershaw last night against the Rockies, 8 more scoreless innings. Right, he's got 36 consecutive scoreless innings now.
There's a rumor circulating that we're not going to see him, even though that will be the 5th day for him to pitch. Have you heard anything?
Yeah, he will not pitch in this series. In fact, the Tigers do have the starters listed.
Okay.
They've got Ryu in game 1, Greinke according to the notes in game 2.
Blockbuster deal yesterday as well. Samardzija finally moved from the Cubs.
And Jason Hamill, so the A's really get some depth in their pitching rotation. They gave up Russell and Straley and Billy McKinney, some of their prospects. And Mike Trout, of course, the game winner last night. He just continues to get it done. So the Tigers with an injury pitching change here. Blaine Hardy is warming up, and as he continues to heat up, we'll be back. Back here at the ballpark, Blaine Hardy now is set to go, and he will face the Rays here with a man at first base and 2 outs. Sean Rodriguez stepping in, and he grounds it foul. He is batting for Matt Joyce.
th game now that Hardy has been in since being recalled from the minor leagues, logging 11 1/3 innings. A respectable ERA, has not walked very many, and he has punched out 12. And so he's averaging a little better than 1 strikeout per outing.
And he's gotten ahead of Rodriguez now, 0-2. 7-1, Rays have the lead. We're in the 9th. The Tigers in the bottom of the 9th will have J.D. Martinez, Torrey Hunter, and Nick Castellanos. Here's Hardy trying to make a play, and his throw is off target. Safe at first base, Rodriguez. We'll put 2 men aboard. Infield hit for Sean Rodriguez. And it'll keep the inning going now for Evan Longoria.
Looked like Hardy has slipped as he was throwing that ball to Miguel. It's a swinging bunt. And by Sean Rodriguez.
$11 hits now for the Rays in this game. They have 2 on, 2 outs, and Longoria stepping in.
Only 4 hits today for the Tigers.
Ball 1 bouncing in from Hardy. Longoria with a single, a walk, and a steal in this game. He's also scored a run. Here's the 2-0, and it's low. 3 balls and no strikes. McCoy gave up a single, got a double play ball, then an infield hit by ZOBRIST, and on that infield hit, McCoy covering, twisted his ankle, had to come out of the game. And he's taking ball 4. That's going to load the bases. James Loney stepping in now. All of a sudden we went from 2 out, nobody on to the bases loaded. A couple of infield hits and a walk. And the Rays already up 7-1. Loney with the bases loaded, 299. He's got a couple of grand slams. In there for strike 1. Avila able to smother it. 1 ball and 1 strike. And that has popped up. Who's going to take it? Somebody. Finally, the first baseman, CABRERA, comes in. That'll end the inning. They'll leave him loaded. We go to the bottom of the 9th here at Comerica. Rick Porcello with complete game shutouts in each of his last 2. The upcoming pitching matchup presented by the Michigan Office of Highway Safety Planning. And tomorrow, wow, what a matchup here.
David Price, 153 strikeouts already this season. He's only walked 17 batters. He's got that power fastball, 95 and above. He's only won 7 games and he's lost 7. so he can be beaten. And Rick Porcello, the way that he's pitching this year, he could be the one that goes out there and matches David Price pitch for pitch.
Porcello will get the final game of the series before the off day on Monday. Then the Tigers have the Dodgers coming in. In the meantime, Archer trying to finish this one off as he will go against the Tigers in the 9th inning. 2 career complete games. We mentioned he had both of them last year. One of those against the Yankees and one against Houston. And he's 3 outs away from another one here as J.D. Martinez stands in. It'll be Martinez, then Hunter, and then Castellanos in the Tigers' 9th inning. And J.D. hammers the first pitch way back to left field and over the wall for a home run. It's a line drive, long ball for J.D. Martinez on the first pitch of the 9th.
I believe that ball may have hit the foul pole in left field. An absolute missile off the bat of J.D. Martinez. Another one of those fastballs right down the middle. And J.D. was waiting on it. It sure did.
'11th of the year for Martinez. Tigers a couple of solo homers in this game. There's a strike at the knees of Torrey Hunter. Avila has the other. Now Martinez, who also picks up his 37th RBI. Torrey is 1 for 3 in the game. Here's a base hit in the right field. Tigers start the 9th with a couple of hits.
Ray's going to have to get that bullpen busy.
Bring up Castellanos, and it's also going to bring Jim Hickey out. Purchase a little time for the bullpen. Fans, can you beat the best? Join millions of players now in the only official Home Run Derby mobile game from MLB.com. Square off against your friends from around the world live in multi-derby mode and climb to the top of the leaderboards. Download today for free on the Apple App Store or Google Play. Grant Belfour warming up now for the Rays. Seven to 2 ball game. Tigers have a man on, nobody out, a run in. Nick Castellanos. Couple of ground balls and a fly out. In for strike 1. Fouled back out of play, and now Nick behind in the count. No balls, 2 strikes. Castellanos has 6 homers this year. He also has 18 doubles, which leads all American League rookies. Avila waiting on deck. Swing and a miss. Castellanos is out of there, and Archer has a strikeout, 1 gone.
Jim Hickey, every time Archer's gotten himself in a little bit of trouble, Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, has made a visit. And that next batter, the result's very good for Archer. That's a really nice look at his slider, and that he throws at about 87, 88 miles an hour.
Here is Alex Avila, who touched him up with a 2-out solo shot in the 7th, giving the Tigers their first run of the game. In there for strike 1. Avila's home run was his 6th of the year, 2nd hit of the series. One ball, one strike. Leadoff home run by J.D. Martinez, single by Hunter. Now with 1 out, Avila. One and two. It's an even 100 now for Archer. Got a lot of single-digit pitch innings. Got off to a quick start, 3 straight 8-pitch innings. Trying to finish this one off here. Two balls, 2 strikes now on Avila. Archer at 101. .119 is the most he has thrown. No surprise against Boston. Lifted in the air down the left field line, foul. 2-2 on Alex.
Joe Madden determined to give Archer an opportunity to finish this one. It will be the 3rd complete game of his major league career. He's only been in the big leagues for a little over a year.
Bouncing ball, first base side, foul ball. So says Greg Gibson. 2-2 on Avila. Rick Porcello tomorrow. What a duel it's going to be here at the ballpark facing that guy, David Price.
Oh, he's no easy task.
That's going to make it 3-2 now. Only 1 out. Archer now at 104. 67 of which are strikes in this game. Two is fouled back out of play. Eight pitch at bat now for Avila. Archer came into this game and having allowed just 3 home runs in 100 innings. In fact, the last homer that he allowed was May 11th. He's given up 2 of them today.
He has not thrown more than 5 pitches to any one hitter in the game today, with the exception of Avila here. 8 pitch at bat now for Alex.
And Avila gets himself a walk.
Joe might have to go get him.
Gas tank maybe running empty, and here comes Joe Madden. So Archer will not be able to finish this one. Grant Balfour is ready to go in the Rays bullpen. Archer had a chance coming into this inning, but he gave up the leadoff home run in the first pitch to J.D. Martinez. Then a single and a 1-out walk. That'll put 2 aboard, and Archer will depart the scene. We'll step aside. Pitching change here at Comerica.
has just departed this game, and he was simply dominant here today until the 7th inning. That's when the Tigers finally got on the board. It was Alex Avila who provided those heroics, and here is the call, Sam, call of the game.
That ball is hit deep. Right field, way back, and Avila has hit it out. Not quite to where we wanted him to hit it up here, but Alex Avila has put the Tigers on the board.
I was getting ready to tell you to get your glove out, buddy.
Homer number 6 for Avila. So the Avila home run didn't quite make it up to the balcony up here, but he hit it out nonetheless.
He gave his best effort, though.
He sure did, man. That thing went a long way. It got the Tigers their first hit. So the Rays now trying to put the finishing touches on this one. Tigers have other ideas. Brad Balfour will check in.
And last year, Balfour was closing for the Oakland Athletics. And he has closed some games this year for Tampa. Second tour of duty in a Tampa Bay Rays uniform.
Archer hoping now that Balfour can come in, strand these runners, 2 on, 1 out. Andrew Romine, the batter. Balfour had 38 saves last year with the Athletics. Romine fouls it back, 0-1.
In the offseason, he was signed by the Baltimore Orioles. But Balfour went to take his physical. And there was something in the physical which caused the Baltimore Orioles to back out of the deal. I guess Tampa really wasn't afraid of whatever the issue was. I'm not sure exactly what it was, but Tampa saw something during the course of his physical before he signed that contract.
And that's it for a strike, and now quickly 0-2 on Romine.
And so he landed back with his former club, the Tampa Bay Rays.
What do they say about MRIs on pitchers? He will find something on everybody.
Right.
But apparently it was enough to swear off. The Orioles decided they didn't want him. Put it that way. They scared him off. And the 0-2 is outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He loves his fastball. And majority of the pitches that Grant features are the fastball. And we talked about Jim Hickey, their pitching coach, and all the bullpen pieces. He's kind of resurrected since he's been the pitching coach in Tampa. And Balfour, one of those guys.
Here's the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Mentioned Fernando Rodney yesterday. Joel Peralta.
A couple of pretty good seasons with the A's. 38 saves last year, 24 the year before that. He's been used in a lot of games.
Joaquin Benoit had a really good season, which he parlayed into a 3-year deal with the Tigers.
Here's the 2-2. Oh, it's 3-2 now on Romine. Tigers down by 5, but they've got something going here.
Last time Balfour pitched in this ballpark during the regular season, he had a major meltdown. It was with the Oakland Athletics. They were looking to sweep a 4-game series, and the Tigers walked him off.
Three-2. Swing and a miss. Romine is out of there. It's his second out. It's going to be up to Rajai Davis. The last chance for the Tigers here today is Davis, who is 0 for 3. Fly out, ground out, strikeout. Archer just 1 out away from another win.
I haven't seen him smile yet. He pitched a great game today.
That's fouled back out of play.
He looks like he's about 15 years old.
1 more out and he will run his record to 500. We mentioned that his ERA did not fit his record. It came in at 3.24. Balfour, a native of Sydney, Australia. Ready with the 0-1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Davis. Jackson would be next if Davis were to reach. Which would make it even more interesting. That's in there, a strike. 1-2 now. Tigers down to their final strike. Swing and a miss to strike him out. Balfour gets the job done, and the Rays will win this one here today. They've taken the last 2 games in this series.
Really nice game pitched today by Archer. Anibal Sanchez, rough outing today. And we'll give him a mulligan, though, because Sanchez usually gives his team a chance to win every time he's out there.
So the Rays win their 40th game of the season. Tigers fall here this afternoon. 7-2 the final. We'll be back